watching the valley, who's in charge of it all. God bless the Army and God bless our liberty, that comes the rest of it all. Yeah, man in position of backing away, freedom is stuck in reverse. Let's get out of Iraq, get back on the track, and let's rebuild America first. Once more. Why don't we liberate these United States? We're the ones who need it the most. You think I'm blowing smoke? Boys, it ain't no joke. I make 20 trips a year coast to coast.
Ohio Senator JD Vance making his way ever so slowly to the center podium here at Fiserv Forum. When you are representing yourself as a vice presidential nominee of the people, what you do is spend ample time with delegates of your party, which Senator Vance is quite clearly doing. You see right near him his wife Usha. They met at Yale University, students there. Senator Vance had a distinguished academic career at Yale and at Ohio State University. It is worth noting that as he was making his way through the Ohio delegation, 2 bear hugs with the sitting governor, Mike DeWine. Also worth noting that JD Vance in the United States Senate took the seat of Rob Portman, a decidedly bipartisan Republican senator. Previously, before being in the United States Senate, served in the George W. Bush administration, a kind of personification of that Republican establishment of old. Republican establishment that, as a candidate in 2015 and in pursuit and capturing of the Republican nomination in 2016, Donald Trump vanquished, or at least began the process of vanquishing, which, to Caitlin Huey-Burns' point just a moment ago, has now been fully vanquished. The establishment Republican Party of George H.W. Bush and George W. Bush is no longer. It is, in any way, shape, or form, within a Trump Republican Party. There may still be some advocates, but they have a diluted voice, and they do not play the central role that they once did.
When this pick was announced, I was texting with some Republican operatives who I would describe as very MAGA Republicans of the Steve Bannon-esque type of mold, and they were cheering this decision. This is a decision that really galvanizes the base. But I will also say, talking to Republicans in Vance's orbit, those who have worked with him on campaigns and seen him campaign, note that what you just saw right there, Vance with his wife, present a generational change. That's a huge contrast, of course, to the top of the ticket. And also, they believe that his connections could be in the suburbs as well. Because of what you mentioned, we all know his biography, but his pedigree also, they believe, makes that outreach.
Caitlin Huey-Burns, thank you so very much. We're going to take a very quick break. Please join me at the top of the hour for continuing coverage live from the Republican National Convention right here on America Decides. You are streaming CBS News 24/7.
Go to the ends of the earth.
Right now.
We got something crazy.
And reach for the stars.
Here we are.
Time.
Yes, it's my comeback.
Hey, this is pretty fun.
But wait, there's more.
Experience thought-provoking,
Welcome to the idea of being a human being.
innovative, and truly original reporting.
Look through a telescope and go, wow.
Because there's always something new under the sun on CBS Sunday morning.
At this moment, terrorists could be plotting another attack.
9/11 triggered a counter-terrorist system that included a secret database.
This person needs a closer look.
A growing list of nearly 2 million people, including some Americans who say they're innocent.
For 1 hour flight, I have to spend 6 hours to go and come back.
CBS Reports explores the system, the people responsible for it, and those pushing for change.
I'm not fighting against them. I'm fighting for them to do the right thing.
The Watch List, now streaming on the free CBS News app.
Don't miss true crime anytime you want, anywhere you go. With the 48 Hours podcast. Real crimes, real lives, real justice.
There's some questions that have to be asked and need to be answered.
Listen to 48 Hours on Apple Podcasts.
An original documentary from CBS Reports.
Imagine yourself in Manhattan with no police, no army, no mayor.
The people of Haiti stare down poverty, corruption, natural disasters, and violence.
90% of the guns that are used by gangs in Haiti are American guns.
But with an unbreakable spirit and eternal optimism.
There are days where I cry, but we can't be discouraged. We still believe in Haiti.
They're still able to look ahead with hope.
Haiti is on the brink of transformation, a radical shift. Haitians are coming together and saying things must change.
Fighting for Haiti, now streaming on the free CBS News app.
Hey there, welcome to the Uplift.
I thought she was a groom, and I stepped back and I went, oh, you're the queen. She's gonna be with me every instant that I'm alive.
I just wanted to see if you'd go to Disneyland with me today. I look over at him and he's smiling.
I'm gonna remember that the rest of my life.
They told us when he was gonna be born, he was only gonna live for 30 minutes. It's really a miracle that he's with us today.
The Uplift, stream now on the free CBS News app.
When you wake up in the morning, we want to be your go-to team.
On our places, bright, shiny faces.
I don't go to work in the morning. I go for coffee with my 2 good friends, and we talk about the world.
Your morning routine just got better. CBS Mornings.
A CBS News investigation. People looking for love, finding their life savings gone.
This could happen to anybody.
And sometimes losing their lives. Anything for love. Now streaming on the free CBS News app.
I'm John Dickerson. Join me for the Daily Report, weekdays on CBS News 24/7.
Tonight.
What are the delegates here in Milwaukee saying in the aftermath of the Trump assassination attempt?
Then how investigators are trying to determine the shooter's motive and how the shooting is reshaping Trump's convention speech on the CBS Evening News.
Coming up, our series. Wait a minute. Tom, is that you working the camera?
Keep leaning out of your close-up.
Your morning routine just got better. CBS Mornings, weekdays at 7.
I had progressively fallen deeper into the world of online sports betting.
The risk is the rush.
What do you think is driving the spike in popularity?
I think it's legality.
If it's legal, I'm going to use it. There are ways to bet when you are 18.
We've created an epidemic of child gambling.
You can't walk into a male dormitory in a college campus without sports betting happening.
It's America's most neglected problem.
I used sports betting as a way to escape, when in reality, I'm choosing self-destruction. Whatever I had left, it was gone.
The purpose of the industry is to get you to play to extinction. And that means until all your money is gone.
Go to the ends of the earth. Reach for the stars.
Yeah, I just took off. That kind of thing.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Because there's always something new under the sun on CBS Sunday morning.
An original documentary from CBS reports.
That desired farm is a wonderful place to raise children, and it still is.
Promises broken.
Black Americans have been the target of racism and discrimination pretty much from the time they acquired ownership in the land.
Costing black farmers hundreds of billions in generational wealth.
They did everything to make sure we were run off that land.
But communities are uniting to continue the fight.
Collective ownership is powerful.
To keep their land and their dreams alive.
To watch my children play on land that we own means everything.
So land is power.
Most definitely.
40 Acres and a Mule, now streaming on the free CBS News app.
People with developmental disabilities were once sequestered by the hundreds of thousands in institutions.
Many of our fellow citizens are suffering tremendously because lack of attention, lack of imagination, lack of adequate manpower.
Disability activists have since torn down barriers blocking them from living at home or in the community.
We conclude that Title II of the ADA requires states to provide community-based treatment for persons with mental disabilities.
But of the 16,000 people who remain in state-operated institutions, half are in 5 states, and Illinois is one of them.
I don't want to live in the institution. It makes me feel discriminated against.
Do you think there are people living in institutions in Illinois that don't need to be living there?
Yeah, because they're proving it as soon as they get out.
This is CBS.
How fast do you think you were going?
195 miles an hour. This is incredible.
How close did you actually come to being killed?
That close.
Is this brain surgery without a knife?
It is.
What risk do these children pose to Russia?
I'm not sure the world is prepared for this change.
Definitely not.
Who's the best coach in college football today?
Let me see a mirror.
It's time for the CBS News original, 60 Minutes, Sundays on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
Good to be with you. I'm Robert Costa, the chief election and campaign correspondent for CBS News here at the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Unfolding just behind me here in the Fiserv Arena, JD Vance, the Ohio senator, is looking up to the stage as different officials from his home state of Ohio, the Buckeye State, talk about his characteristics. You just heard an I. They are nominating JD Vance as the vice presidential nominee of the Republican Party. The cheers behind me right now. Senator Vance is now formally former President Trump's running mate. This is a historic moment for the Republicans, a 39-year-old now serving as the former president's VP. And you can hear it right in the crowd behind me, cheers of JD, JD. This is someone who has adopted Trump's ideological platform in recent years since his election to the Senate in 2022. And I was just on the convention floor talking to delegates. It's evident that so far this pick is going across very well. There's JD Vance right there, giving some hugs to some supporters and friends. He's there with his wife. He's shaking the hands there of the Ohio governor, Mike DeWine, who's been a big supporter. What a rapid rise in American politics for Senator Vance, the author of Hillbilly Elegy, a book that got a lot of acclaim, became a bestseller in the wake of the 2016 presidential election, talking about working people in places like Southern Ohio. Now a United States senator, and now on the ticket. We're now going to Meg Oliver, our CBS News correspondent, who is covering the assassination attempt of Trump in Western Pennsylvania. Meg, thanks for being with us.
Thanks. So for the very latest, Bob, on the investigation, at this point, we know that the FBI has completed searching the shooter's vehicle and his home, and they're also analyzing his electrical devices, including his cell phone. So far, they have not turned up anything in relation to a motive or his beliefs. We also confirmed today that on the day of the attempted assassination attempt, the shooter bought a box of ammunition with 50 rounds for his AR-style rifle that was purchased legally by his father in 2013. We're also learning new information about the victims. Two remain here at Allegheny General Hospital in critical but stable condition. 57-year-old David Dutch, who was a former Marine corporal, and I just got off the phone with a family friend of 74-year-old James Copenhagen. They confirmed to me that he was shot twice, once in the leg and once in the stomach, but he is stable. They also described him as a dedicated volunteer of the Moon Township Republican Committee. Meanwhile, the third victim, as we know now, 50-year-old Corey Comparatori, witnesses say he was